here we are driving the 914. What a fantastic experience it's been so far. I've literally driven it from my house to this local beauty spot, and there's a lot of cars parked up. So we're going to take it for a proper drive. I was a little bit nervous just because of the gearbox, because the gearbox is pretty much a dog leg. So if you don't know what a dog leg is, or you've never driven one of these, oh my word. Reverse is where first normally is, first is where second is, so second is where third is. Let's see if she starts up. Hey. I never lose it, mostly because I've never had it. Now I'm driving a left-hand drive. I've driven loads of left-hand drive cars, so it's nothing new, but I've always driven them either in Europe or in America, and guess what? It seems perfectly natural, just jump in it, but here, driving in the UK, I'm now putting it on the other side. I'm now driving on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the thing, and it's weird. So let's get reverse. So reverse is where first, and I must take off in second. That's how I've got to remember. Oh, and field of vision's all over the place. There's absolutely loads of room. Oh, it just feels all wrong. I'm pointing the wrong direction. Right, let's see. Let's go and see what she can do. Whoop, let's try another gear. Let's try first. Yeah, that's better. Let's frighten all the dog walkers. There are quite a few dog walkers out this morning. Oh, you can just hear that engine, can't you? need to remember on these old gearboxes, it's got a dog leg first. Basically, first gear's got a little locking mechanism against it, so you can't actually select it, so it's very much the same as selecting reverse. It makes it really hard to actually work out, because a real driving car, you're never going to put it in first, are you? Oh. Just listen to that. That does sound nice, doesn't it? All the time setting carbs up has certainly paid off. It just seems to sit really nice. I find it really low down torque, which could be down to the engine size. Considering this car was completely undrivable when I first got it, it's actually quite nice now. Remember driving this, and if you ever get a chance to drive one or an early 901, 911, if you want to take off in a gear, just remember pop it in second, because second is where first is, and it gets really confusing after that. Once you're moving, you're fine. Speedo doesn't work, but we have got a little GPS unit that's on there that's giving us a fairly good speed. So, do you know what? I might even get one of those for the normal road car. It's a lot better. It's a true testament to how things are set up. And I can't see why lots of them weren't sold when they were brand new, because they're absolutely wonderful to drive. Now I can only imagine how smooth this would be if it had the factory fuel injection. Yes, factory fuel injection on a 2-litre 70s car. That's phenomenal. When you think about it today, everything's got fuel injection. Just listen to those carburettors. Ooh. Or T-Vicker. Let's not get too excited. We are down on the seafront. There is a speed limit down here. And that's another thing about these old cars. You can actually drive quite a low speed and it feels like you're going fast because of all those noises. A little bit of wind noise, road noise, it's all fine. I'm happy. Now the only thing that I am getting used to is the brakes. The brakes are so much different not having a servo on. It's been ages. Do you know, I've actually forgot the last car I've driven that didn't have servo brakes, other than when the servo's actually knackered up. But yeah, you just get a slightly different mechanical response and feel to the car. It is quite weird. Absolute honour working on this vehicle. It's been a fantastic sort of experience. I'm starting to get into this air cool thing. You know, I can see why people like it. It's just the tone, it's really nice. Yeah, and I found this vehicle actually to be quite key. The sound of the carburettors is just lovely. It's probably not the most fuel efficient, but hey ho. So, and it's amazing how many people stop to have a little chat about the 914 because no one's seen them. Because what, there was just under 12,000 ever made.
I don't know what Porsche it is, so.
914.
How old?
50.
914.
Well done, yes.
Have you never seen one of them in the flesh?
No, there's not many.
Wow, it's a beauty that. Should be driving that.
We'll do in a minute. I'll take it for a little blast up the front. It's a bit wet, you've got to be careful.
Yeah, that's lovely that. What engines are in them?
either a 1.7, 1.8 or a 2 litre.
That's a beauty, that, mate.
It's all right, isn't it?
See you later, mate.
There's not many people actually know what this is, never mind that it was part of the Porsche brand. Car has always been criticised for having too many straight lines from when it was brought out, but when you actually look at it, you know, think it was 1968, 1969, sort of hit showrooms, people were starting to look at them, and do you know what? He said, oh, it's just straight lines everywhere, it's not a real Porsche. But if you look at this, that's not a straight line, that's not a straight line, that's not a straight line, the back end's not a straight line. There's not one straight line on this beauty. So I'm going to take it out for a little run. Hopefully the owner and I are going to come out for a little bit of a blast later on. So I may film some of that, may not. But it's just beautiful. Look at it. You can't help but look at it, can you? So hopefully a lot of people are going to enjoy looking at this. I know Murray's going to be showing this wherever possible. So that's why he's got happy for it to be shared and not just locked away. Look at it, it's bloody beautiful. It's going to go away for winter, come back out in the spring and do a couple little more jobs on it here and there. I just want it running a little bit better. There's a few things, I'm going to do a little bit of research. So you may see me on some of the forums or something like that. The username will probably involve Crispy, because, well, that's my name. But a couple of more projects I am going to work on is I want to get my Corrado TDI finished, where I've took a Corrado, which is related to this, being from the Carmen styling house, which you can sort of see that, which is definitely a future classic, which I've done a little bit of a, I think you'd call it a resto mod. So I've uprated the engine to a later diesel engine, which they never made a diesel in one of those, fitted ESP, slightly bigger brakes, and just generally made it a little bit more of a modern car underneath the chassis, but still trying to keep as much as the original feel to the car without uprating it too much, because I like things to be OEM. So that's one of the other projects I'm going to be doing. I may even start thinking about something that's a little bit air-cooled after having a good little taste of this. But I'm not sure what. So keep tuned, subscribe. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming in 2021. So share, like and subscribe. Particularly subscribe, because that's real motivation for us YouTubers who are just trying to build up a little bit of a fan base, just get people watching the stuff and actually sharing classics like this. I know a lot of the stuff that I do are a little bit more technical, so if you're into your technical stuff, I'm going to try and balance it out between technical and little showy sort of bits and pieces, because I think the showy bits and pieces is more fun to watch, but the technical stuff is just technical. So once again, share, like, subscribe. Bye for me, and I'll see you in the next one.